I realised the other day that's how I tend to start these videos, is saying, recently I did this, the other day I did this, and it gets very repetitive, at least when you're editing the whole video. I don't know if you guys have noticed at all. I've been testing out dating apps a little bit. I'll get to it more officially later on, but I've just been looking at them, and I was thinking about how dating apps put a very large emphasis on appearance. And then linking to that, I was thinking about what emphasis I put on appearance. When I think about finding someone attractive and thus wanting to date them, it seems wrong, it seems shallow, and to be honest, maybe it is. It feels wrong, it feels shallow to dismiss someone because of the way that they look, to not give them a chance. So I try to be, as much as possible, open to dating people who I don't necessarily find the most attractive, but then would they want to be dated by someone who doesn't find them good looking? That's the thing that always comes up with me, that if I'm physically not attracted to someone, is it fair to date them? It's difficult, because when you're given that first impression, the first thing that you see is their face, is their body, is what they look like physically. You don't see their personality. It's very difficult to get to know someone without first seeing them. And you do make an initial judgment on someone based on their appearance, whether you want to or not. It's, as far as I understand it, actually an evolutionary quirk. Basically what your brain does is, in a fraction of a second, it will form an opinion on someone. And the reason it does that is because if you're in the wild, you need to quickly assess whether something is dangerous, whether it's a predator, or whether it's going to attack you, or whether you need to stay away. And because at our core we are still animals, there's still that basic impulse which makes us judge people, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But of course, being as we are, our initial judgment of someone is warped and is influenced by what we've experienced and what we like and what we dislike, which isn't necessarily the case for less evolved animals, let's say. But anyway, I think I went a bit off topic there. So when I see someone on a dating site, I will initially judge their attractiveness, and I can't deny that that does play a factor into how likely I am to interact with them, to how likely I am to like them. And I do feel guilty about that sometimes, because I don't want to miss an amazing guy just because I didn't find him good looking. But then at the same time, like I was saying earlier, I personally wouldn't want to be dating someone who didn't find me attractive. So I extend that to other people. I don't think that someone would want to be dated if they weren't seen as physically attractive. And I'm not saying that my standards are super high. I don't think that they are, but I find a good majority of guys good looking. If they're around my age. There are certain characteristics which I like in particular, there are certain characteristics which I dislike in particular. I'm not going to go into them, please don't ask. Because yeah, just don't ask. I don't know, is it fair to do that? I've tried to lower my standards, but not to a point where I don't find the person attractive. Because at the end of the day, personality is more important. The guy could be the most attractive guy in the whole world. It could be Dean Winchester, but if his personality isn't great, if we don't get along, then that's pointless. That's worth nothing. So I try to, while I obviously take that into account, needing to be a physically and aesthetically attracted to someone, I try not to rely too heavily on it. I will use that as an initial very low pass grade. Like, if they are relatively attractive to me, then they will pass, and then I will learn about them and see if I like them themselves. Because even if someone isn't the most attractive person in the world, if you do develop romantic feelings for someone, they become 10 times more attractive. I don't know how it works. It's brains and chemicals and stuff. I did physics, not biology. So yeah, I pretty much went over everything there. I may not have been the most coherent. I never seem to be, and it could have been a bit rambly at points. I always seem to be. Eventually I'll get back into the swing of things. I have a plan for next week's video, and hopefully if I can stick to that plan, it will be relatively coherent. Do you have anything to say about this matter? How much stock do you put into someone's appearance if you want to date them? Obviously that's a question that only really applies to allo-romantic aces, but I'm allo-romantic, I'm homo-romantic, so sometimes I do videos just for us, okay? Hopefully you enjoy it, if not anyway. But yes, do you have anything to say? How much stock do you put into appearance? Obviously personality is more important, but would you not date someone, or would you date someone who is unattractive to you? And do you agree with me that it doesn't seem fair to do that? Or do you disagree? And how do you feel about if someone was dating you and didn't find you attractive, how you would feel in that situation? I'm curious, because I'm a curious person. Curiosity. But next week's video should be good. I'm excited, hope you're excited. I don't know if you get excited. Everything's yellow in this room. I think it's the light. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like. I post videos every Saturday, so if you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. That is all I had to say today. Have a wonderful day, and I shall see you next time. Fare thee well. Hello, my hair is flat. Their personality, you have to... Yes, I have the curtains open, and there could be people walking by, watching me, mocking me, judging.